Hi, good evening, and a warm welcome to all the participants in today's webinar. We will wait for a couple of minutes to allow all of you to join in and settle down, and then we'll get started with today's discussion. I'll take a quick moment to check on the live stream because most of you would want to access the recording of today's session, and that's where it is important that we ensure that the live stream is working fine because that's where you will get the recording. So let me quickly check on that. I'll just take a few moments and then I will be back with you. Perfect. So the live stream is working fine, and which means all of you will get the recording of today's session. And I can see there are a number of participants who have just joined. So let me welcome them as well. Good evening and a warm welcome to all of you in today's webinar, where we are going to discuss and understand how you can use or leverage AI tools for various use cases. Earlier, we used to have this session, and this is something that we had been doing for some time, not just the webinar. Webinars is something that we had been doing for a very, very long time, but about AI tools, and that's where what I personally has realized that uh, we're talking about the various AI tools. We are also explaining how it can be used, but from a audience perspective or from a common man's perspective, it sometimes becomes difficult to understand the use case. How are you going to actually utilize in your day-to-day life? How you are going to actually leverage the AI tool? So that's where I have thought of now sharing use cases, and based on that, explaining the AI tools and how you are going to use them. So that's how we are going to go about in today's session. And before I start presenting my screen and we proceed ahead, just one quick thing. And this is also a common question that we often get in our webinars, like how am I going to ask the question? Because it is not a Zoom meeting format, right? You may have already guessed or understand that. So how are you going to ask your questions? So for that, we have to use a tool called Q&A. So if you look down below, especially if you're joining through a laptop or desktop, for the users or participants or friends who are joining through their smartphones, you will find that in the menu icon or in the menu bar. You have to, it is not explicitly displayed, you have to look for it. It will have a big question mark, and using that you have to ask your question. All right, so keep adding your questions onto it, and if it is possible for me to answer them then and there, I will do that, certainly. But if it is not possible to answer that question immediately, I will answer it towards the end of the session when we break into the question answer round. Towards the end of the webinar, we will dedicate it 10-15 minutes, and that's where we will try to answer all your questions. So that is about questions, and I can already see there are a number of participants who are using chat to interact with me, which is a very nice thing. I would also suggest that you should use this chat to also interact with other wonderful business owners who are joining us here today. God knows you may be able to find a buyer or supplier in today's session. But while doing that, I will still suggest that you should be paying attention to the information. There is a very, very interesting information that I'm going to share with you. So stay attentive here as well, but do share information about your business, and it is always better to connect and network, right? So let's begin, let's get started. And I am going to now start sharing my screen, and I can see there are a few participants who have just joined. So good evening and a warm welcome to you as well. And let's proceed ahead. So in next few seconds, you'll start seeing my screen, and then we will get started. My laptop is acting up for some reason. Hopefully, we should be able to make through the webinar without much of an issue, but it has become little slow just now as we are interacting. Probably too many tabs are open or whatever may be the reason. But let's proceed ahead any which way. So I have started sharing my screen, and I will appreciate if someone from the audience can confirm that you're able to see my screen. You can just type yes in the chat. Wonderful. A number of participants have confirmed that the screen is visible. Thank you all. It is not possible for me to thank everyone personally, but thank you all for confirming that the screen is visible. Let's proceed ahead. So, firstly, a small disclaimer. Uh, the AI tools that we are going to share, I'm not going to read whatever is written. You can read. It is visible on your screen. But very simply, the AI tools that we are going to share in today's session, they are all based on our experience and our use, and they may or may not be the best tool for that particular use case. And you are always welcome to research and find the best tool for yourself. But this is based on our experience and understanding. So, and none of the tools have sponsored this webinar. So I just thought of clarifying that. Uh, let's have a quick introduction about myself. So my name is Adnan. I'm Director SME Commerce Growth at GlobalLinker. My functional or focus area at GlobalLinker is digital commerce. But in addition to that, I actively work on SME education, because in today's day and age, growing business digitally, although it has become talk of the town, but actually how many people are able to do it effectively? And that's where the biggest culprit is lack of knowledge. I'll not say education, because education, when you say education, it kind of resonates related to the school or college education, not that. Uh, Accessibility to information, and that's where because of that lack of accessibility to information, a lot of businesses, despite having phenomenally nice product, they are not able to scale up, or they are not able to grow their sales digitally. And that's where we try to contribute as much as possible. I have personally conducted more than 500 such sessions and had the wonderful opportunity of sharing a little bit of knowledge with about 12,000 businesses in various countries. So that was a quick introduction about myself. You must have already guessed I have a bad throat, but hopefully we should be all good. I'll have to just take a few micro breaks in between. So I was mentioning to you that there are different use cases that we will be discussing, or we will be structuring our discussion, because there are so many tools available, or AI tools available. Now that's where if we are talking about them, or if we are discussing about them, it is an interesting discussion, right? So it is a very interesting conversation that we are having. I'm sharing something with you, you're listening to me, and it's a interesting information that you're receiving. But if you don't understand the use case, right? So how you are going to apply that information or knowledge, that's where the disconnect is. And knowledge anyone can have. Now, knowledge, when it is applied, that is where it leads to success, or achieving goals or dreams, desire, whatever you would want to call. So that's where what I've done is I have now broken it down into different use cases. The first use case is something which is very close to my heart, that is digital commerce, and then we have search engine optimization. Now, these use cases are again designed or created based on the user feedback, the questions that I get. So I review all the questions that you ask in these webinars, or you add in the comments, or to the recordings of the video, or in personal interaction. I very frequently, almost on a daily basis, I interact with SMEs like you. And that's where the questions that come to me, I try to structure them. So SEO happens to be one of the areas where a lot of questions have been asked to me about how you can leverage AI for search engine optimization as a common man, not being a search engine optimization expert, nothing like as a common person who does not know anything about SEO, how you can use leverage or use AI to do search engine optimization of your website. Then you have lead generation. That is another area very hot topic wherein people continuously ask me that is there a AI solution available which we can use for lead generation? And then you have social media where again a lot of people are continuously ask me questions, and then we have photo and video creation may not be very relevant in your understanding, but this is also a shift or a change that is happening. A lot of user interaction will be video driven in future. So this is where it is high time for you to learn these skills so that you can deploy them in future, or you can already start deploying them. All right, so let's begin. Let's get started with the first use case, and that is the online store. Now, with respect to online store, what I've done is again I've divided it into different use cases or different requirements that you may have. And there are, so we'll start with something which is very basic, which is your logo creation. And I believe almost all of you must be having your own business logo, but just in case, because this is also something that we have come across in few of my discussions or interactions with SMEs like you. And these are typically traditional businesses who had been operating for almost half a century now, but never felt a requirement to have a logo, right? So they had been operating business traditionally in a brick and mortar format, and there was no requirement to ever have a logo. But now they are digitizing themselves, and that's where they have a requirement for logo. Can they use AI to create it? So we'll understand few of the tools, and then we have business content, you have banners, product content, product images. So all the aspects which are related to a website for the content creation, we will cover each of them. All right. So in case you're thinking like now he's going to bore us with more of this presentation, no, I'm going to give you or show you the live use cases. So we will keep switching between the presentation and the browser tab that I have, where I have opened all the tools, and we'll go and we'll see all the use cases. All right. So I am going to now switch my screen and we will go to the browser tab. Where do we have that? I have so many browsers. I think no. Yeah, here we have. Perfect. So the first use case which I mentioned to you is business logo. And I'm not sure how many of you actually have that use case, but still, I will show you. So this is a website or a AI platform. It is called Luca, Looka. And in case you're wondering, will we get the links to all these AI tools? Yes, certainly. You will get. In fact, what I'm going to do, I'm going to share the presentation, a copy of the presentation with all of you. And in that presentation itself, I have added all these links. So don't worry on that. You will get all the links. So this is a platform which you can use. And for the benefit of time, what I've done is I've created a logo for a company called Shuko, just a hypothetical one. And this is where you can see the logo is created. Now, you must be thinking like, sorry, let me go back. I seem to be stuck on that screen. All right. So this where let's give it a name. I've given it a name Royal Footwear, a hypothetical one. And assuming that you are wanting to create a logo, how are you going to go about it? So this where it is asking us to pick a industry. So let's see if they have footwear. Yes, footwear is a industry. Let's continue. So AI is going to ask few of the questions. So which is the logo that you're liking the most? And I am liking this one. This one is also looking nice. This one is also, but this is more fancy one. So this is something which is minimalistic, simple. I'm liking. Let's click on continue. And there are different colors that we have to choose from. So let's select blue. If we have a slogan, I don't have. And then there are different symbols that I am just selecting running there, and it will create a few design options for us very, very quickly. So this is another one. This is another one. So yeah, this is looking very nice right here, royal footwear. But because I've chosen the symbol to be running, that's why it has. If I've chosen some other symbol, it also allows you to customize it. So you can customize any of the designs. So if I'm liking this, but I want to change the visuals, I can do all that customization. So that is possible because this is not a very extensive use case. Many of you may not have this requirement, so we are not going to spend your valuable time here. But I hope you understood how to use the AI tool to create your logo. This is another logo tool which is available. It is called Logo Maker, LOGOMAKR. It is not ER, MAKR.com. This is another tool which you can use. And obviously, I'm not going to spend your valuable time there. So, this is one use case that we have understood. If we quickly go back to the presentation, so this is one use case that we have understood. Now let's attack the product content part. So for that, again, we are going back to the browser tab. And here, the first AI tool that I'm going to show you is something which is already integrated or deeply integrated onto your online store. And what is that? The AI content creation feature that you have on your online store. So this is a demonstration store that I'm currently logged into, and I will very quickly show you how you can use the integrated AI tool. So just allow me few seconds. My internet is a little slow. So it should load up very quickly. Yeah. So I am going to just click on add product. Yeah. It is opening. Yeah. So that product screen is open, and I'm sure all of you have been through the screen. Now, to use the AI content creation, you have to just scroll down a little bit in the summary description input field. Just underneath that, you will see this option, which is get AI suggestion. So it is, we have, I think we should change the title, create content with AI. So here, what you have to do is you have to type the product name. So let's, we were discussing about shoes. So let's type, so running shoes in black color. I've given it a title. I'm not sure if you're able to read on the screen how big it is on your screen, but I've written affordable and durable running shoes in black color for men. Let's make it more specific for men. And in the product features, we can add more things, but for the benefit of time, I am going to skip that and I'm going to add the same thing. And I'm doing that deliberately. It is not like you may be thinking Adnan is lazy and that's why he's not adding features USP. No, I want to show you how powerful the AI is. And despite the fact that you're providing minimalist information, still it is able to create something which is very, very usable. Now, the third thing that we have to provide here is what is the target audience? So let's say men between the age group of 18 to 40, right? And we will click on generate. Now, it should create all the content that we need for uploading this product. And that's where when we were doing this integration, there were few nuances or issues that people were facing when they were using the conventional AI tools. So, for example, even on ChatGPT, you can create the product content, and I'm going to show you that as well. But it does not create everything in one go. So, you have to do it in multiple steps. What we have done here is given you an option wherein you can create all the pieces of content that you need. So, once you have done this, you don't have to create any more content for the product. Everything is created in one go and also as per the best practice of the industry. I'm not sure if you're hearing this. There's some renovation happening in the nearby building, and there's some noise coming, although my mic has noise cancellation, but I can imagine a little bit of noise must be creeping in. So please bear with me on that. So coming back to our discussion, so the product name, this is where it has created the product name for us. And then this is where it has created the summary description. This is where it has created the long description. And it has also created the SEO related content, which is called meta title, description, and keyword. So all the pieces of information that we needed to upload the products, we have all that available. And now we have to just upload the images and provide the other information like pricing, SKU codes, etc. And we are all good. So this is how easily and conveniently you will be able to create the entire product content with the embedded AI tool, which is available on the platform. So this is one tool I wanted to show you. Now, as I mentioned that you can do this using general ChatGPT or Gemini as well. How do you do that? So for that, you have to use a plugin. And this plugin is not a ChatGPT plugin because a lot of time when I say plugin, immediately they think, okay, where can I find a plugin in ChatGPT? Is it here in GPTs? No, it is not there. It is a browser plugin, right? So something which you are installing on your Chrome browser, extensions, we call it extensions quite popularly on Chrome. And I think on Firefox also we call it extensions. So these are browser extensions. You can install it on Chrome, you can install it on Firefox. It is there, and it's called Keywords Everywhere. You have to install this plugin, and I'm just repeating it, although I may be sounding irritating, but this is a browser plugin because a lot of time people have come back to me, okay, where do I find keywords everywhere? I've gone to ChatGPT, spent hours there, but I can't find keywords everywhere. How can I get it? So it is a browser extension. You have to just install it on your browser. All right. And I'm going to give you the link so that you don't have to put in the effort to find it. All right. So you'll get the link. Now, once you have installed this browser plugin, right? So it will start appearing in one of your extensions, right? So this is where you can see, let me highlight it. Keywords Everywhere is one of the extensions which is there on my browser, right? Now, once I've installed that extension, what happens? I start seeing this option templates. It is also here. So they have recently put it here, but earlier it was here somewhere. Now it is here. So wherever the position is, you have to look for templates. So it will have that K symbol, which is for keywords everywhere. And then it will have templates written alongside it. So you have to click on it and then this overlay will open up. Now, what is the use case that we are discussing? We are discussing the product content creation use case. All right. So how are you going to create the content using ChatGPT and this plugin? Absolutely free, no money spent. So once you have clicked on this templates button, it will open this overlay. It will open this pop-up. In case you're not familiar what overlay means, it basically means pop-up. So it will open this pop-up. On this pop-up, you have to select SEO. A lot of time people get distracted and they think productivity or somewhere else copywriting. No, you have to select SEO. And then in the subcategories, you have to select e-commerce SEO. And in templates, you have to select product description generator and it will ask you language, voice tone, writing style, etc. and select anything as per your liking. I personally like professional and informative, and this is where you have to add a little description of the product. So I'm going to just use a product title that we had created earlier and click on execute, and it will create the product content for us. Here you can see. And again, it will create product content, but it is firstly not as per the industry best practice, which is there in case of embedded AI. But there is one advantage also that you get. The advantage is it creates multiple title options or product name options for you. So this is where you can see it has created one, two, three, four, five. It has created five product title options for you, and you can choose anyone as per your liking. And then down below, it has also created meta title and description. It hasn't created meta keywords, and that is also something which is not necessary because the search engines don't put any emphasis or give any value to the keywords anymore. So this is how you can create the product content using AI. Now, related to product content is one part wherein you are creating all this information, although it is not uh, a simple part. I know, I understand if you are someone who's not very familiar, who haven't done any product upload ever, this is very, very stressful activity. But thankfully, because of AI, you are able to create everything in matter of minutes. But do read because AI tend to hallucinate. So whether you're using the embedded AI solution which is there on your seller platform, on the seller panel, or you are using it through ChatGPT or Gemini, but it can hallucinate. So always validate the response which it has created. All right. So now with plus option, this is something which I thought of mentioning. This is a question which was asked some time back. So the question was, we have quite a few products, right? Now, if I have to create the content for those products, let's say 100 products. Now, doing like this will take a lot of time. Can I do that in bulk? Can I use an Excel file? Yes, you can do that. But for that, you'll have to use the ChatGPT Plus. You'll have to spend $20, but then you will be able to upload an Excel file, give the instructions, and it will create, in fact, it will feed the information into an Excel file and give it back to you. So that can be done using the ChatGPT Plus. All right. So that is one part. Now, the second part is images. If you don't have images, can you create them? Yes, you can do that using ChatGPT also. You'll be able to create it. And there is a tool from Google. It is called Google AI Studio. You can use this tool to generate images. In fact, I am going to show you how it is used. But before that, very important, and this is also something, if you are not doing the right way, you may not be able to generate the images. For that, what you have to do, so whenever you'll open Google AI Studio, this is how the interface will open up. Now here, if you see, this is where you have the different versions which are there. So you have a 2.0 version, you have a gamma version, you have other versions, and by default, it opens on the recent version, which is 2.5. Now, what you have to do is you have to go to 2.0, and that's where you have to select Gemini 2.0 Flash Preview Image Generator. You have to select that, and then you can come here and give it instructions. So, an image of a So I've given it a instruction, create an image of a young man wearing a short sleeve blue color casual shirt. Let's add casual as well. And it also gives you an option. So if you want to add your own image or video, etc., you can do that. We are approaching it from a hypothesis that we don't have an image and we are trying to create it using AI. And that's where you can see it has created the image. Now, let's also look at another use case. So I'm going to create a new chat, and this is where I'm going to now upload a image. So this allow me few seconds to do that very quickly. So here we have a product. Let's upload this image. So I've uploaded the image. Now I am going to ask it to create a side view of this image. So create a All right, so I've just given it a simple instruction and let's execute the command. So now what it is going to do is it is going to create a side image. Now, this is another problem that I've often seen that people face, that they have one image and they are not able to create a different image. And if it is required that you have to upload multiple images, you are not able to do that. You can even edit images by giving the instructions to it, but I'll not waste your valuable time there. But this where you can see it has created the side view. This is a front view that we have given to it, and it is actually the exact product, exactly the same product it has created. Right? So this is how powerful it is to use these AI tools, and these are free, but obviously whenever you're using them, you're using your tokens. So yeah, in a day, you'll be able to use it for X number of times. Right? So this was the use case related to the image editing and creation. All right. So let's go back to the presentation and let's try to understand what else we have to discuss. So banner and content creation. So those are two other use cases that we have to discuss. So because we are already discussing about the images, so let's discuss about the banner creation. So how can you create banners? You can create banners using this Google AI Studio as well, but this is more good at the image creation. When it comes to creating banners, there are two tools that I would want to recommend. So sorry, one is Canva and second is designer.microsoft. So earlier Canva didn't had AI, but now it has AI, and Canva is a platform which has been there for quite some time, and professionals like me had been using it for ages. A lot of social media influencers that you follow use this platform to create their reels or edit their reels. And even before AI was there on Canva, it has been used very extensively, especially by the social media influencers in that community. Now, with AI, what you can do is you can again write instructions and it can create a banner for you. Let's try to do that. Again, this is not entirely free as a free user because my account is a free account. So that's where you get X number of credits, which you can use. And after that, you'll have to subscribe to the paid version. But let's try to understand. So create a website banner, show, all right? So I've given it instruction and let's see what it creates. And again, I've given it a very basic instruction. The more detailed you are in your prompt, the better will be the output. And now it is going to create few iterations or versions for us, and then we can review them and then we can decide, or we can give it another instance. This is looking really nice, this one. The first one, although the shoe is not that visible. Let's see what is the other one it has. So this is the other one. Somehow I am not able to scroll left, right. Okay, it is here. Yeah. This is another one, not very attractive, but very creative. This is again very, very nice, right? So this is something that imagining that we are liking this, then we can go and we can edit it. You can run, change this, you can add your company logo and use Canva editor. So we can click there, take it to the conventional Canva editor, which was there, which is again very, very useful. It has all the required tools which you need to create a engaging banner. And people were creating engaging banner even before AI came in using Canva. And now with AI, life has become much more easier. So that's where you have templates, you have design, text, a lot of options are there which you can use to customize this banner. And once you are done, you can download it. With the Pro version, you also get an option to resize it. So it will create it in a standard design, but you can resize it. All right, so this is how you can create the banners. Now, other tool which I mentioned that I would want to recommend for banner creation is the designer.microsoft. Also, it is a freemium tool wherein every day you get credits and you can use them. And once, so every day you'll getting new credits. And then if you have to create more, then you can subscribe to the higher versions. Now here you can see they have a dedicated feature called banners, but this is not very useful because what you end up creating is a banner for a blog article, etc., which is not something that we typically like. So something like this, very narrow. So this isn't something that we are wanting to create. We are wanting to create the website banners. So for that, we have to use this feature, which is social post. Now, in case you're imagining, are we wanting to create social media posts? So this where firstly in the size we have to go and we have to select landscape. All right. Now let's give it the same instruction. Create a So the prompt that I've written, and I'm not writing any complex prompts, and as per what I've written is create a website banner showing a young man running wearing black color shoes. And let's click on create. Now, because I think the screen is not that big, or my window is not that big on your screen. I'm not sure if you're able to read properly and see. But here, the size in which the banner is getting created is 1200 by 668. So 1200 pixels by 668 pixels. That's what it is going to create. Now, the question comes. It will not fit your website because that's where you will be needing like 1900 by 800 pixels, something like that. So can you resize this? Yes, you can resize this where you can see it has created multiple options. Now just imagining that we like this one, this is where we have clicked on it, and this is where you can see the edit option. If you want to download it directly, you can do that, but we want to resize it. So we'll click on edit and then we will go to the image editor interface. This is the image editor interface. And here now you can see you have multiple options. You can change the logo, the text which is there. If you want to add your own logo or if you want to do any other customization, you can do that. But this is a very nice looking image that, sorry, not image, banner that we have. Now we can download it from here. But the question was to resize it. And for that, we have, I think we have a tool here. Sorry, because I've clicked on the text. That's why probably it was not showing the resize option. So this is where you have the resize option. You have to click on it and it will allow you to. So we have to select custom size and then we can resize it. Yeah. So here you have custom size. You have to select it and then you can change it. So let's change it to 1900 and height is, let's say, 820 pixel. And it will ask you to resize the original design. So this original banner will get resized or it will create a new copy. So I'm going to ask it to create a new copy. So it will create a resized new copy and then we can download it and we can use it on our website. So let's, this is the resized copy it has created based on the dimensions that we have given, right? So nice, perfect looking banner. Now all we have to do is click on download and you have the banner. Now, in one of my previous webinar, one of the user had asked me, what about the royalty or copyright of the images, because this is a AI created image. So that's where you're not bound by the copyright infringement or any of that thing. You don't have to worry about. All right, so we have discussed quite a few things. The last thing that is there related to online store use cases, that is business content creation. Now, business content, how can you create? So for that, you can use ChatGPT or Gemini, and again, the plugin keywords everywhere. And let's create a new chat. And again, we have to click on templates, and this time we have to select copywriting, and we have to select content writing as a subcategory. And then we have to select content rewriter paste. So you can write some basic information about your business, and then you can put it here. Let me see if I have little information. I just saw in the chat that my screen was appearing a little blurry. Let me check on the internet connection. I think we'll have to close this one. Because typically I operate on a high-speed network, so yes, there seems to be some issue. Yep. Now it should be fine. Let's do the test again. This is where the issue is. On this band, we have good download speed, but that is slow. So let's use the other band, and we will continue with our discussion. We were here, I think. Sorry for that issue. I just realized that there's a internet speed issue. All right, so coming back to it is still blurry. I think it should get better. It is still blurry. So I've just written a simple line. In your case, you'll be adding more information and giving it to AI. So what we have done, we have selected copywriting as the category, content writing, and content writing, paste content. So this is where you can paste your content, and then you can click on execute template. You can change the tone and the writing style. So this is where it has created something. Now, what you can also do is you can ask it to expand the above. You can ask it to expand it further. And now here you can see it is going to create multiple paragraphs based on one line of content that you give. But in your case, I'm also trying to highlight to you that I only give it one sentence, and based on that, it has created four paragraphs of content. In your case, you must be giving it at least one paragraph of information about your business, and that's where it can very well create the all the content that you will need to write a about us page, or create about us page, or create a about our company profile or our story, etc. So those kind of pages. What is happening? This is okay. Let me see. There's an issue with the audio. Audio is perfectly fine. The levels are good. All right. Because with audio, I typically don't have issues because I use a professional setup. I have a condenser mic directly connected to my laptop. So I was surprised how can there be an audio issue. All right, so coming back to the discussion which we were having. So business content, you can easily create it using AI. I've already shown you. Now, uh, related to this, related to online store, a lot of time you may also have to create blog articles, etc. And this that is something that we will be covering with SEO. So in case you're wondering, uh, can we also understand how to create blog articles? So that is something which we'll be covering in the next section. So this is one use case that we have covered. And as I mentioned, I've added all the links here. So you'll get all the links. Search engine optimization. So this is where again we are going to quickly touch upon various use cases which are there. So the first is meta creation or meta content creation, metadata creation. Then image alt text is also something that a lot of people have asked me, how can we create image alt text? And then content optimization, backlink outreach, technical SEO, keywords research. So there are different tools which I'm going to share with you, and we will go through them. And let's start with the meta data creation. But before we do that, because we have seen the metadata part when we were discussing in the online store, this where it has created the metadata. If I've scrolled down, this where the embedded AI has created this metadata. So this is one way in which you can create it. But more importantly, why I brought you here is to help you understand the use of metadata, the importance of metadata. Now, for a moment, if I take you to a browser tab, and that's where we search for shoes, buy shoes, because we had been talking about shoes all this while. So why not search by shoes? So this is where you can see there are different results, like Nike is there, Amazon is there, campus shoes is there. Let's take campus shoes as an example. So this where you see there is this blue color text, which is campus shoes, buy footwear online for all your needs. So this is the meta title. So what you're adding here for a moment, if we go back to the interface, so whatever you're adding here, this is where we have written shop affordable and desirable black running shoes for men and then the business name. So this will be displayed on the search results like this. And whatever content that we have added for meta description, this is where you can see the meta description, it will be displayed here. So this gray color text that you're seeing here, this is how it will be displayed, right? So this is how the meta title and meta description are displayed on the front end. All right. Now, this is one of the use case. The important use case which is there for meta title and description is for indexing or proper indexing of your websites or web pages information. So you have a product. So the information about that product will not be properly indexed if you're not adding this information properly, and that will adversely impact your search ranking and visibility and sales as well, right? Now, if we have to understand this with a slightly more simple scenario. So we have all been to medicine shops, right? Chemist shop. So that's where whenever we have to buy medicine, we go to that shop and we ask that person or we hand over a prescription that this is what we are looking for. I want a strip of paracetamol, and that person goes to a particular shelf and takes out a box, open that box, takes out a strip of paracetamol, hands it back over to you, and that's how it works. Now, if you imagine that that shop is Google and you're this is the interface where you're going and you're asking for something. Now, that person goes to a particular shelf, takes out a particular box, and then hands you over information. That activity will not be accurate if this is not added properly. That's why it is important that you're adding the meta information. Now you have understood the importance of meta information. So let's understand how you can create it. So there are different tools which are there. Now the first tool which I am going to recommend where you should start your journey, because a lot of time when we have to create meta information or we have to do create product content as well, we typically start from the product name or something like that. But your starting point should be tool like this. I'm not saying that this is the only tool in the world on in the universe that you should be new, nothing like that. There's a very reliable tool. In terms of accuracy, this is very reliable. So that's why I am recommending this. So this is not a AI tool. Actually, this is a Google Keyword Planner, and it is part of Google Ads account. So anyone who has a Gmail ID can simply log in and they can create an account, and you don't even have to run ads. You can simply use this tool that's called Keyword Planner. You can come here and you can do a research. So for example, we were looking for running shoes, and you can make it company specific or country specific also. So this where by default, because it knows my country, which is India. So that's why you can see it has already selected India. This where you can see now we can make it worldwide as well. So it is not necessary that wherever you're situated, you can search for that country or that place only. So I've just removed that restriction. So this is where now we'll click on get results, and it will do the research and it will come back to us with what are the keywords. So this is where you can see all the keywords are there, and this is where you have the average monthly search volume, and you can do the sort ordering also. This is where you can see you have Hoka shoes on cloud shoes is also something which is getting almost 1 million searches worldwide, and you can make it country specific as well if you want. If you're wanting to look for India only or Singapore only, you can do that very easily. And this is where you have different keywords, so you can understand that. Now you can also do the same thing with ChatGPT, and with ChatGPT, I am going to take little bit of your time, but there are a lot of important SEO tools which are available on ChatGPT, and you can use them very, very easily using the keywords everywhere plugin that we had discussed or seen earlier. So let me open that plugin now. You can see there's a dedicated tab for SEO. We will go there and there are multiple options. The first one is keyword research. If you select that, that's where you have keyword strategy. So what is the seed keywords. Again, running shoes, and it will create a keyword strategy for us and give it few seconds and it will do that for us. While it is doing its work, can anyone suggest any business category? Uh, I would like to show you how you can create a silo or a content silo using this tool. So this is where you can see what it is doing is showing the category and the keyword, and it is still working. And what is the search intent? And yeah, so this is where it has created all the information. So you have, and I'm not sure how clear it is. So I'm going to open it in the canvas so that it is a little bigger. Right? So this is where you have type of running shoes, keywords are trail running shoes. So it has firstly categorized the keywords in terms of what type of category. So this first category is about type of running shoes, and then you have trail running shoes, road running shoes, barefoot running shoes, cushion running shoes, stability, etc., etc. The search engine is informative. So someone is wanting to have understanding about the type of running shoes which are there, and then you have different categories: running shoes for men. Then this is where you have different keywords: men's cushioned running shoes, and then what should be the title and what should be the description. So it has given all that information. You can pick and choose based on, obviously, everything that it will be creating will not be of use to you, but it has created, I think, 500 of those. And if even if 10% is relevant to you, you will be able to make a big impact. Right? So that is one thing I wanted to show you. Now, right, very interesting product, cricket English willow bat. So again, we'll go to the keywords everywhere uh, pop up or overlay, and we have understood keyword strategy. And the next is the keyword intent. So if you're not clear about the intent of a particular keyword, you can use that. It can also create related keywords. So if I'm giving it running shoes, so I want it to create related keywords, it can do that. So let me quickly show it to you. And because a lot of these use cases are very simple and you'll be able to understand, so we will not spend your valuable time there because we are already nearing the 1 hour mark. So this where it has created so many related keywords. And again, don't use them blindly. Understand what is the kind of search volume which is happening. And for that, keywords everywhere is the most reliable keyword planner is the most reliable tool. Sorry for the fumble. So this is how you will be able to create related keywords. And let's open that once again. And then you have long tail keywords. So I am sure many of you must have heard that it is easier to rank on long tail keywords. So this is where you can generate or easily identify which are the long tail keywords related to your seed keyword. So this is a keyword strategy. Now, one very useful thing which I've seen here, and that is creating a silo structure. Now, a lot of time when we are trying to excel in our space and we want to be there on the top of the search page, we are sort of lost what all information should be there, and whatever comes to our mind we try to create it. This is a very interesting tool which allows you to understand what all pieces of information should be there on your website, right? So basically it sketches out, it creates the entire structure which should be there on your website, content structure, and what pieces of information should be there on your website. So that's why I asked what so I'm going to use that cricket bellow bat, and we'll click on execute template. You can give it more keywords and it is now creating the entire structure. So let it create. So this where just looking at it, you must be getting that feeling, right? So it is looking like a diagram, and that's what it has created. So this is the structure of the website. This is the silo structure of your website that it has recommended. Now, it is not necessary that every piece of information or every piece, every section in the silo which it has recommended, you have to create that, but it gives you a very, very good line of sight, right? So I'm sure all of you or most of you must have been confused, like we have created the website, what all should we add here? We have added information about our products, we have added information about our company. What else? How can we excel? What other information I should be adding? This is where you get the answer. Let's see if it has created it. Yes, here you have. So this is where on your homepage, what all should you, English fellow bats and grade types and bat weights and size. So this is where it has recommended that what should be the categorization or how your navigation should work, right? So the different grading, sizes, brand collaboration. So there are different bats from different brands. Player profiles for beginners, intermediate, or professional players. Then custom English willow bat, choose your grade, and you can customize your bat. Uh, Cricket bat accessories, your grips, color cover. So this is a section which should be there on your website. Then you have buying guide. This is where a lot of people get confused, like how should we choose a bat? So that's where you can create a buying guide, how to choose English willow bat. And this is where you're moving away from the product content. Everything else which we were discussing on the top, on the silo, that was entirely the product content. Now we are moving away. We are creating the content which is relevant for the user to make the website engaging and also give you advantage with the search engine optimization. So English willow versus Kashmir willow. So these are all pieces of content that you can create. And I don't think it will take you more than 5 minutes to create this content, right? So if you want to write a blog article about English willow versus Kashmir willow, 5 minutes or maximum 10 minutes, you'll be able to create that using AI and with all the relevant keywords, etc. And you can embed your products as well. And ideal bat for Apple player conditions and review and comparisons. So best English willow bat under rupees 5,000, top 10 English willow bats. And this is where again you can create these articles and you can showcase your product. And lastly, you have blog articles, history of English willows, manufacturing process, right? So how easy it is now for you to have that visibility that if you're a bat manufacturer, this is where you have all the pieces of content that you have to create in one go. The entire structure is there in front of you and that you should use. So I hope this helps. It gives you a lot of clarity because this is something I've seen a lot of people get confused unless you are a professional with many, many years of experience. Even professionals with many, many years of experience can't give you this level of clarity on the go in seconds, which whereas AI can do that. So this is very interesting. I wanted to share with you. Then you have meta title and description generator, which is also something which is useful. Now, you might be thinking like I've shown you that you can go to e-commerce SEO and that's where you can create product description. It also creates meta title and description. So what is the difference here if I'm going to on-page optimization and that's where I'm selecting meta title and description? It can create it for multiple products, right? So you have to just keep writing them and it will create for multiple. That's silo structure is something that we have seen. Another very interesting tool that you have here is content base. So imagine a scenario that you have identified whichever tool you have used, any tool you have identified there is this keyword which is a very good keyword will give you a lot of traffic and all, and I have to now insert that into my product content. Now that looks very intimidating because it basically means you have to rewrite the product content or you have to rewrite the article. Now, what you can do is you can simply copy paste the content here, add the keyword here, and it will insert that into your product content. Now, you also have the URL option. So you can just put in the web page URL and you can input the keyword and it will give you the content very, very easily. You don't even have to copy paste it. If the product is already live on your website, just copy paste the link here, put the keyword, and it will extract the content from your website and then insert the link, insert the keyword, and then give the content back to you. It will obviously not be able to update the website, but it will give you the content which you can use or which you can go back and use on your website for adding or improving the search engine optimization. It E-commerce SEO is also something that we have discussed. Category page description, if you have to create, you can create it. Landing page generator is not relevant to you. Bulk title and description. So this is where again you can just put in the product information. It can create the uh, meta title and meta description for you. Don't confuse this with the product title and description. It is creating the meta title and meta description. All right. So these were few very important things related to SEO that you can do with ChatGPT for free using keywords everywhere. There are paid tools as well, which I've added here, and which is this one, which is for all text generation. Now, if you want, this is also a freemium tool which you can consider using. Otherwise, if you have to create a alt text, and let's see how it can be done using ChatGPT. So this is also a common question that I get. How do we create the alt text? So let me upload a product image or all of them. So I'm going to add all four the images that I have for this product. And you are a SEO expert. Review the images and create alt text for the images. That's it. Now it will review the images and it will give you the alt text like this. You can add multiple images as long as you know what is the image name. It will give you the alt text. So this is where you have all the alt text. And if you want if you want AI to incorporate certain keywords, etc., that can also be done. This is a alt text generator, so it's a freemium. So for certain number of times you'll be able to use it, and then you'll have to subscribe to their package. And then we have SEO.ai. This is another paid tool. If you want, you can use it. A lot of time people ask me that if is there a paid tool that we can consider using. This is on page a.ai. This is another paid tool which is available, which you can use for your on page optimization. Then another tool that you have is Surfer SEO. This is also a paid tool which you can consider using for your search engine optimization. The next tool is Quarter. And then we have Postega. This is a link building tool. They have number of other products also available. But if you want to do link building, this is also a tool which is available, AI tool that can help you with link building. And when it comes to the technical SEO of your website, so this is a tool that you can consider using, a fairly popular one. And if you want to use Google's tool, Page Speed Insight is a free tool from Google, which is available, which you can consider using. Not an AI tool, but a very useful one. And this is Google Search Console, or again, not an AI tool, but a very important one, which all of you must integrate with your website because it basically helps you understand how your website is performing, right? So, like one of the gentlemen came to us with a concern that they are not getting traffic, etc. Obviously, the next question which came from my side was, how much traffic are you getting on your website? He said, nothing. So have you integrated Google Analytics? Nothing of that sort. Obviously, Google Analytics, etc., should be integrated. But more importantly, uh, if you have integrated Google Search Console, you will understand how many pages from your websites are indexed, how they're visible. If they're not visible, what is the issue? You can work on that, or your core web vitals, what are the issues, and if any action is required from your site. So you'll get all that information very, very easily using Google Search Console. So you should or you must integrate Google Search Console. In case you're not familiar or if you're having difficulty, reach out to our help desk and we will be more than happy to help and guide you. All right. So this is the SEO side. And as I mentioned, I've added all the links in the presentation so you can review them. You don't have to worry or note them down. Next is lead generation. And this is where, sorry, this. So prospect identification. outreach, initiation. So for these, there are different AI tools which are available. Let's go back to our browser tab and let's start looking at the various tools which are there. Now, before we move on to the other tools which are there for presentation creation or the paid lead generation tools which are there, let's explore the possibility of generating leads through the ChatGPT or the general ChatGPT that we have. So for that, there are a number of prompts that we have to use. I have added all those prompts onto this Google Doc, and I have added the link to the Google Doc in the presentation as well. I'll be sharing all these prompts with you. So the first prompt, we have to just copy it and then paste it here. And then we have to insert the target. So now I've given it a very basic statement, and this is the only thing that you have to input from your side. You have to specify what is the target. So US based company is importing leather shoes from India. That's what I've given here. And the rest of the prompt, you don't have to make any changes. If you feel comfortable, you can enhance it. But as far as our requirement goes, so this is where what it has done. It has looked for the information, and it has identified that these are the companies which are importing leather shoes from India. This is where you have the information. Now, is it the end? No, absolutely not. So we will go back to our prompt. This is one prompt that we have run. There are five prompts that we have. So once this prompt is run, we will go back and now copy paste the other prompt. We don't have to add anything now. We are just giving it the prompt. So in this prompt, what we have done is based on the identification it has done, identified 10 more companies. So this is where it has identified 10 more companies. Now we will go back to our document and we will give it another front. Now, what we are asking is find attributes for the company list, website, value proposition, industry, market, target audience. So that's the third prompt that we are giving to it. And it has now research online. It has company name, website, value proposition, industry, market, target audience. All that information is available to us. And now we are giving it the fourth prompt. So it is now going to look for individuals in those organizations. So it is doing the lead generation for us. And you may have noticed that other than the first prompt where I specified that US companies importing shoes, leather shoes from India, other than that, we have just done copy pasting. We haven't added any inputs. And this is where you can see it has research online. Now, this is where because we had asked it to look for 10, that's why it has looked for 10. You can change that. And it has looked for the profiles also. So this is one of the gentlemen with one of the companies that it has identified. So I'm just opening their profile. So this is a global sourcing director. You can see how precise it is. And this is from the same organization that it has identified, which is importing shoes from India. So similarly, you have all the links available. You can do an outreach on LinkedIn. And in the next prompt, we are also asking it to look for the other contact information, which is if available. So this is the fifth prompt. You can run it. There's an optional sixth prompt also, which is there in the document. If you want, you can. Okay. Sorry. My bad. I have to copy this and then execute it. My bad. Now it will do the research. Right. So wherever it is able to find the contact details, it will do that. Otherwise, it has at least identify the LinkedIn profiles for you. So you can do the outreach on LinkedIn. So at least it has done that. If any of the email ID is available publicly, it is this where you can see it is available. So you can use that. So that's how you can do prospecting or target potential client identification using ChatGPT as well. Now, as I mentioned to you, there are professional tools available for this, and one of the very popular tool is called Apollo. It is where you have to define the persona of target audience, and they have a very, very large database, and the AI will go and dig and identify the relevant target audience, and then you can do the outreach. So this is one platform. The other platform is Instantly, which can be used in a similar fashion. It has a outreach tool which is available, a data lead database which is available. You can use this tool also. Both of them are paid tools. You can consider using them. Now, related to presentations, because when it comes to sales, one is identifying the client, and second is if you have to create the presentation. So for that, you can use Gamma dot app. I'm sure many of you must have already heard of this. So it basically allows you to leverage AI to create presentations. So here you can see I've created a few presentations. Now I can, and again, it gives you credit in the free account. And as you keep using it, you keep losing the credits. And once they are exhausted, you have to then subscribe to their paid package. So once you have clicked on create a new presentation, it allows you to paste the text. So if you have written a brief that you would want to cover in the presentation, you can give it that, or it can generate it from scratch. Or if you already have a file, you can upload it, and then you can ask AI to enhance it. So let's use generate. And all right, so I've given it a very basic prompt proposal for the export of high quality running shoes from India, and it will generate an outline. Now, once the outline is generated, it is a editable outline. So it is not necessary that you have to accept everything that AI is giving you. You can make changes to it. So this is where you can see it has created the outline. For the benefit of time, we can select whatever it has created, and this is where amount of so it has created the content for all the 10 slides, and it is asking how much should be the content: minimal, concise, detailed, extensive. So if you want a lot of text to be there on the slide, select extensive. Detailed is fairly elaborate, and concise is not too much and not too little. Minimal is obviously too little. So we can continue with concise. And visuals, so what type of theme we are more interested in. So this looks okay. And then AI images, image style, what type of, so I am not wanting to have illustrative images. I want a photorealistic images. So I can select that, and we are done. Now we can click on generate. So it is going to create 10 slides for us. So let it create the presentation. And here you can see you can even experience the AI creating the entire presentation. It will take some time. While it is doing its work, let's go on to another tool. This is napkin.ai. And in case you recall, there are a few of these uh, illustrations that I've created in my presentation. Now, these can very easily, so all these charts and diagrams can very easily be created using napkin.ai. So if I don't want to create a chart about components of an online store, so it has product content, product images, business content. All right, so I've just started few headings here, and imagine that I'm wanting to create a chart or a infographic for this. So you have to just select that. You can add as much as you want, and then it will do its magic and it will create something for us. Because this was not very popular some time back. So the speed was good, but now a lot of people use it. So that's where it has become a little slow, but don't worry, it still works quite well. So this is where you can see it has created different options for us. So we can select anyone as per our liking. So probably this one or this one is looking good. So a lot of time when we are creating presentation and if we are not using Gamma type of tool, we are creating the slides ourselves. One of the tasks where we end up spending a lot of our time is creating these kind of charts. Now you can do that in matter of seconds, right? So for example, I like this one, and then again, it will ask us to choose which kind of style we are liking. I'm liking this style. You can select that. Now, this is entirely editable. So if I want to make changes to this one, I want to change the color, font, etc. I can do that. I want to remove the title, I can do that. And once you are downloading, that's where you can even keep the background transparent. If you want to keep it wide, or you can, what format you would want to download, PNG, SVG, PDF, etc. And if you want to have the logo or not, you can do that. I have turned it off, and you can copy it or you can download it. And you can increase the size of the image. So it is 2x, 1x, or and if you want to change the layout, so orientation, if you want to change it to 16 is to 9, like this, you can see it has changed. So that customization is also possible. Very useful tool for creating these kind of infographics for your presentation or your day-to-day activities. So this is where it you can see it has created a detailed presentation for us. And this is again editable. So you want to make any customizations to it, you can do that very, very easily, right? So this is how you will be able to create. Now, you can present it full screen. So let me show you how it will look. So it will have all the animations, etc., that you need in your presentation, right? So the text animation, which is there, I think I've reached the end. Yeah. And I think you also have an option to download it. Yeah, export. So you can export it as PDF, you can export it as PowerPoint, or you can even export it as a Google slide. Google slide is new, or you can export it as images as well. So this is how you'll be able to create a presentation for your business. There are a few more tools that I would want to talk about. Hunter is a plugin that you can install on your browser, and then while you're scrolling on LinkedIn, etc., if the contact information is available, you'll be able to extract that. Then you have Lucia.com, which is another tool that you can consider using for extracting or collating information for your sales related activities. Another platform that I would want to share with you, and this is a fairly popular platform, does not require any introduction, and this is MailChimp, which is a emailing software. And in case your emailing solution, in case you're wondering why am I discussing that, because we are having a discussion around AI, so why are we having discussion? So this is where what they have done is they have embedded AI inside the email creator. So when you're designing the email, that's where you can leverage AI and you can optimize your email. So that's where leading to better conversions. Last tool that I would like to recommend is Cypher, again, a play tool. But if you want to create workflows, this is the tool, right? So someone sends you a message, and that's where you have to respond with a proposal or with a link or something. You can do that. You can create proposals, AI, you can not proposals, you can create workflows, AI workflows, AI agents, chatbots, whatnot can be created using this tool. It's a very powerful and useful tool only in case you want to automate. So, for example, you want to automate your sales. So, wherein someone expresses their interest on social media or on your website, and that's where automatically you want a proposal or some brochure to be sent to the client. Zyber can do that almost instantly. In fact, you can even train the AI agent, so if the customer is responding back, it can send a reply for you. It can draft and send a reply for you as well, right? So those kind of capabilities are available even in today's day and age, where you can literally automate most of the mundane work which is happening, and AI can do that very, very effectively for you. So that is about lead generation. Let's quickly move to the next section in the presentation. That is social media planning and content creation. So for that, let's go to the browser. And now for social media planning on the chat GPT, we have multiple options. So you should select social media. Now, starting with Facebook, one challenge that a lot of business owners face is about planning. How do I plan my social media posts, etc.? So that's where you have social media post calendar, and you can give it a topic, and it can create the entire social media calendar. So let me show you running shoes. And how many posts per week? 5 posts more than enough. For 3 months, audience men in age group of 18 to 40, and execute template. And now it is going to create the entire post calendar for us, and on which date we have to do what post, what is the idea uh, for that post. So all that is now getting created, and it will create it for 3 months. How easily you can create the entire social media calendar. And this is something which I know because I have interacted with uh, many business owners, and this is one area which is highlighted by many of them, that it is something which takes a lot of energy and effort, and AI has done that in man. Now, it is not necessary that you have to use everything that it is recommending. You can make modifications to it, but to a great extent, it has done the work for you. Now, let's see what all can you do. Facebook ad, if you want to get created, Facebook group post, if you are wanting to post in a group, Facebook post ideas, if you want ideas. So that's where again you can give it the topic and audience, and it can create the ideas for you. You can select different tones and writing styles. I have just selected professional and informative. Now, other than Facebook, for Instagram, you have an option to generate carousel. You have option to generate Instagram post caption. You can describe the topic, and it can create the. You can also generate the post calendar, similar to how we had generated it for Facebook, and hashtag generator. Respond to Instagram comment. So if you copy paste the comment here, it can generate a response for you. And reel script is another area where sometimes people have asked me that is there a tool which we can use to create reels or script for the reels? Yes, you can do that using this option. Then comes LinkedIn, which as business professionals we quite frequently use. And this is where if you want to be active and be present and be followed by many, many professionals, that's where you have to be actively posting on LinkedIn. Now, for that, you can create a post calendar. You can create everything in advance, and then you can just keep posting. You don't have to think for new things every day. It can create it for you. It can create the comment generator. It can create the bio for you. It can create the connection message for you. And if you want to run an ad on LinkedIn, you can do that. And it also creates the post calendar. So it is post creator and post calendar. Both the options are available for LinkedIn. Now, coming back to YouTube, because many businesses want to create videos on YouTube. Now, for that, you have options to create YouTube video script. If you want to create a short video, it can create the script as well. It can create the title and description. So you just want title and description, not the script. It can create it for you. And it can even create the video calendar. Tag is also something where a lot of businesses struggle. How do we create tags for our YouTube videos? You can use it. And if you want to generate ads, so you can paste the content or you can paste the URL of the video and it can generate the ad for that as well. So this is how you can leverage ChatGPT for your social media posts. Now, for creating social media posts, this is where we have done the administrative work, like what content will be posted, etc. Now, if you have to generate the social media posts for that, what should we be using? So for that, one tool which you can use is designer.microsoft. So this is where you can use the social post feature. Another tool that you can use is Canva. And I don't think this platform needs introduction because it has been used for many, many years for creating social media posts. So very easily you can create a social media post using this platform. Then you have Social Bee. So Social Bee is a platform which you can use for content creation, for scheduling, publishing. You can leverage AI for social media and paid platform because people ask me, is there a paid platform? Now, Buffer is a tool which is again quite extensively asked that if we have to schedule our post, we don't have to spend our time every day posting the content. Can we schedule it and on a specific day and time the posts are published? Yes, you can use Buffer for that. And it also has a lot of free tools in their arsenal, which you can consider using in case they are relevant for you. Then we have the AI ads creator in case you're interested in running ads on social networks. So that's where you have this a ad creator.ai, which you can consider using. And then you have this bill.ch. This is a toolbox which is typically used by ad agencies or the executives of ad agencies. So it has a lot of tools in its offerings which you can consider using in case you actively run ads on social networks. So these were a few AI tools I wanted to recommend. Again, you'll find the links of these AI tools in the presentation. Let's move ahead and let's quickly cover the photo and video generation. So this is where there are different tools that we are going to go through. So the first one is Google AI Studio. And I think we have already seen the image generation or image editing capabilities. This is where let's create a video. We can ask it to create a video giving a prompt, but I want to show you something else. So if you have a product image, and let me see if I have something which I can use, and we can ask it to animate it. This is not what I wanted. I have like quite a few folders, so we may have to go through few of them. Yeah, this image. Now I want it to animate it. So, and now it is. So we have given it a image and we have asked it to animate it. Okay, so because a lot of people are generating videos at this moment, so it can't create it. Let's try it once more if it works. No, it is. So once demand goes down, we may be able to use it. Another tool which you can use is your ChatGPT. That's where again you can use or create visuals for generic products. Canva is another tool which you can use for creating images, editing images. You can create image, edit image, modify them. I've already shown you how you can create the banners. Then for photo creation, you have designer.microsoft as well. It is also very good at creating icons, and I am highlighting this because in one of my presentations, I was trying to create specific icons which were not there on Flight Icon or any or other platforms which are available. I came here, was able to create stunning icons in a matter of minutes. So very useful for that use case as well. So there are a number of things that you can create like avatars, backgrounds, etc., etc. But for the business use case, you will be using images or icons or the social media. The rest are for the common users which are there. The next platform is Pixtory. This is where you can create visuals using text. Then we have remove BG, which you can consider using for removing background from your images. Now we have Hagen. Hagen is a tool which is very, very popular these days. You must have seen a lot of videos which are AI avatar videos, and this is a platform using which you'll be able to create them. Another platform which we have here is 11 Labs. Now, when you're creating the video using Hagen, you are able to create the AI avatar of you. So, for example, if I create my own AI avatar, very good, it is created, but it will not have my voice. It will have a alien sounding voice or totally mechanical voice. Now, what I can do using 11 Labs, I can do a voice cloning. So I can clone my voice and then I have to just type the script or copy paste the script here, and it will create the voice or audio in my voice, and then I can go put it in Hagen, the audio file, and based on that, it can create the video, right? So magically, using 11 Labs and Hagen in collaboration, you will be able to create stunning AI avatar videos. Another platform which you can consider using, wherein you can create engaging videos in matter of minutes using text only. So you have to just copy paste the script, which you can easily generate using ChatGPT. That is Synthesia that you can consider using. So this will be all from my side in today's webinar. And I know we have overshot our time, but I hope you found the webinar informative. And this is where I'm going to turn off the screen share. And now we'll break into the question answer round. And let's, and as I mentioned, I'm going to share with you the presentation. And let me share with you the link of today's webinar's recording, because many of you may be wanting to access it right away. So let me try to do that in the chat. And in case any of you is not able to copy the link from the chat, then you can just go to YouTube, search for GlobalLinker, and GlobalLinker is something that you can find in my name tag as well. And that's where you'll find the recording of today's webinar. And I will pin the download link of the presentation in the comment, so you can download it from there. All right, so I've also given the link to today's webinar's recording in the chat. All right, so I am quickly going to go through the questions. And the first question is, kindly provide your email ID so that we can connect with you. Yes, absolutely. I will be more than happy to do that. So I've shared my contact details. And in case any one of you wants to access this presentation directly, or if you need any help or guidance, please do feel free to drop an email. Uh, Next question, anonymous attendee. If they have a website to create company catalog, I think Gamma is something that you can consider using. His question is if I want to create a brochure or a presentation uh, and download it in PDF, Gamma AI is a tool that you have to use. Next question, can you just share the name of the software that turns text into video? Synthesia. I will share the link also in the chat, although you will get a copy of the presentation, don't worry on that. But let me share it in the chat. Next question, can we get the links of the tool? Yes, all of you will get a copy of the presentation as well with all the tools. In the presentation, I've added tools for all the use cases, so you'll get the copy. Next question is from Prabhat. Interesting question. There are tools for financial reporting and analysis also, and this is something which I will try to cover in my next webinars. Yes, there are tools which you can consider. In fact, the plugin which I was showing you, it also has some use cases for financial reporting and analysis, but I will surely try to have that covered in my next webinar as well. Sachinji, I think you have put that question uh, a few times, and I'm not sure if you were not there when I was explaining about Gamma. So his question is if we have to create a product catalog. Now, product catalog, I'm assuming you want to create a company presentation in PDF. So for that, you can consider using Gamma. I've shown you how you can create the presentation. So you have to basically give it instructions. If you have your own visuals, you can give it and it will create it for you. And then you can export it in a PDF file. Yes, you can do that. Next question is, will the presentation will be shared via the email? Yes, we will share the presentation via email. And I will also add it because many of you may not receive the email in time, or you may miss the email that we will be sending to you. So what I'm going to also do is add the download link of the presentation in the pin comment of the video. I've already shared the link of the webinar. Let me try to do that once again in the chat. So you can go, or otherwise it is very simple. Just go to YouTube, search for GlobalLinker, and on our YouTube channel, you'll find the webinars recording. So I am sharing the link here in the chat. If you want, you can access it right away. All right, so that was the last question. All right. So Alokji, nice suggestion. If you can drop me an email, I am sharing with you my email ID. I'm in fact sharing it with everyone. If you can drop me an email with what all you would like to understand in the webinar for documentation preparation, I would like to, right? So I'm not a big expert in bidding. So if you can provide me some outline onto that, then I can do the research and look for the documents. All right. So look for the relevant tools and then share it with you. Perfect. So that was the last question. So this is where I think we can now conclude this session for today. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for your time. I hope you found this session informative. And I am just seeing one more question. Free AI tools for improving SEO. There are a number of AI tools that I've shared that you can consider using. The first one is ChatGPT with keywords everywhere plugin that you can consider using. All right. So I think that is the last question. Perfect. So we will conclude this session for today. Thank you all for your time, and I hope you're going to use this information and use it to grow your business and make your business and processes and uh, grow it further. Thank you. Thanks for your time. Have a wonderful evening ahead. Bye bye.